Steve Gamache here with the Chef Knives to Go quick look product video on the Masakage Kiri Gyuto 240mm knife. This line of knives has a core steel of VG10 stainless steel, and the heat treat rating on this steel is about 61 to 62 Rockwell. The construction is a multi-layered Damascus stainless cladding over the top of that core steel. It's got a real nice kind of understated Damascus. There's not really a lot of texture to it. It's a matte finish on it, but it's very nicely done. It's a very pretty Damascus type finish. Like I said, a little understated. It's not a super shiny blade, which I kind of like. The weight on it is about 183 grams, 6.5 ounces, and the blade length on my particular sample, these will vary. It's about 240 millimeter, a little over 240, and 9.6 inches. The overall length is about 15.75. The spine at the base, and as most of these knives are, since they're handmade, they're a little thicker right at the base and then they thin out. So about 3.3 there, but then thins out. Pretty much just holds that most all the way through, and you'll get not too much distal taper, but a little bit towards the tip, and then right when you hit the grind, you'll get the rest of it where it thins out. The blade height at the base on this is 52, so it's a generous height, right above the heel here. And the handle type is an oval. It's the same one they use on their Yuki series. It's an oval magnolia and red packawood handle with superb fit and finish. Mine is just like right, I can't even feel a junction there. And nice sealing job at the tang junction. The circumference on this one is slightly above 3 inches, so approximately 3 inches is pretty normal for this style of knife. You've got Masakage's typical hand-chiseled kanji on this, and their curved neck choil area, and a little bit of a nice gap there to fit your finger for a pinch grip. So these are kind of custom made to feel really good on a pinch grip. This particular knife, the balance point is right about there, just ever so slightly in front of pinch grip, but pretty close. This is a pretty large blade, but it feels quite nimble during use, and the grinds on it are a nice 50-50 impeccable grind that start pretty much about where you can see that cladding the layers start to tighten up there. And this is quite thin at the edge, as a lot of Masakages are, so this knife is a good performing knife. The profile is there. It's got a nice flat section towards the back. It's not dead flat, but it's pretty flat. It's not quite a continuous curve as some knives are. So it's got an overall fairly flat profile. It's a little bit of a gentle curve or belly to it towards the tip area. In use, this is a very, very good performing knife and goes through ingredients quite well. It performed, I think, quite similarly to my Yuki in terms of how it went through things. So it's just a very, very good performing knife. This is one of the nicest VG10 knives I've had my hands on. And if you're looking for an all stainless Masakage, this is a really good knife. I know it's not inexpensive, but it's very, very well made. It's probably the nicest made VG10 that I've had my hands on. Like I said, it's a really nice knife. So there you have a great line from Masakage. This particular one is the Masakage Kiri Gyuto 240mm.